Hey, it's time for a Dave update. It is time for a funny little Dave update. It is now the start of March, meaning that there's about a month until the start of April, at which point I am doing my next live show, this time in Manchester. So if you want to hear me do the live versions of the theme from the Dark World and the Sonic 2 ending song, Zoo for You, and a special secret thing that you haven't heard before, and another special secret thing that you also haven't heard before unless you're at my previous live show. If you want to hear secret songs, then you should come to the Manchester Anime and Gaming Convention on the first weekend of April. That's April 2016 if you're watching this in the future. Sorry, you missed it. The details are all on the website, which I'll be putting a link to in the description down below and also in the box over there, and you should go and you should look at that, and then you should come and see me at the convention. As well as my live show, I'm doing 2 panels, and I only found out about them in the last couple of days, so who knows what I'll be doing by the actual time it happens. The first panel that I'm doing, which is on the Saturday, is just sort of to do with being on YouTube and that's with Isle Monty.
And Kelsey Ellison, but I didn't know that at the time. As you can see, it may be a bit fluid. Who knows who'll be there?
And then I'm doing my live show at about Sunday lunchtime. I'm sure you can be there for Sunday lunchtime, can't you? I think it might be 1 to 2. And then we can all go and have a little chat. I tend to talk to people after my live shows, so we'll see you there. And then, after all of that, I'm doing a second panel on Sunday afternoon with Brett MW, which is actually the recording of a podcast. Now, we've already recorded the first half of this podcast, and that is due to the nature of the podcast. It's called I Never Got Round to It, and the premise is that you talk about something that you never got round to trying, but that, like, all of internet culture just has done and takes for granted. And then you go and try it, and in my case, it's JRPGs. I've dabbled with JRPGs a little bit. I've played a bit here and a bit there. Some of the first disc of Final Fantasy VII, first couple of hours of Chrono Trigger, but both of those were kind of, in their day, deviations from the general formula that was JRPG. So, I wanted to find the absolute, like, most cast iron one that I should definitely try, and that one is, of course, Final Fantasy VI, or 3, whatever it was called in America. That's right, I've never, ever played a 16-bit Final Fantasy game, and I'm going to be doing that soon, and I'm going to be streaming it. You can watch me do it on the internet and everything. And then, when I've done it, me and Brett are going to meet up on the Sunday evening. He hasn't played it either, so he's going to as well, and we are going to record a podcast in which we talk about the experience. So, if you're a Final Fantasy fan and you think that'd be fun to come and watch us blither on about, then do so. That is on Sunday evening, a couple of hours after my live show, so you might as well see that while you're there. The next bit of news I have for you is Abby news. If you've been watching our streams of Undertale, then you will know my wife, Abby. If so, then you'll be interested in this. This is Rock of the Reds. This is a new comic which comes out, I think, this month. Look out for it. Anyway, you can go and Google and find out. But anyway, it's by John Wagner, who's one of the co-creators of Judge Dredd.
Oh, and also Alan Grant, another important Dredd writer and generally prolific. Look, they've both done loads of significant comic stuff, so lots of you will already know who they are, but if not, look them up. I didn't realise he was working on this when I made the video, which shows you how much attention I pay to anything, because I bet you Abby told me plenty of times.
And it is about, as you can probably make out from the cover, aliens and football. 2 of the most British things that there are, science fiction and football. Here it is, doesn't it look nice? Oh, and that is due to the work of Dan Cornwell, who did the drawing pictures, and my wife Abby, who did all the colouring in. I don't know how much I'm allowed to show you, because it's like a comic that's coming out, and it's not quite out yet, but it looks good, doesn't it? So you should probably go and read that. I mean, you just should probably go and read it. It's getting very good reviews, and it's just obviously a very good comic that you should go and read. Next, do you know any small children? Well, then you should probably get them these books. The Adventure Park series. Why am I going on about these? Well, these are not just coloured, but also completely illustrated by Abby, written by Cavan Scott, who's good, and we've worked with him before. This is a series of books. Well, firstly, it's just a series of books with nice drawings in. Look, she's good, isn't she? It's what they call a Reluctant Readers series. It's called Adventure Park. The premise is that you've got this park, it's divided up into different areas, and each different area has a different theme. Here's the book about the Egypty bit. Here's the one about the piratesy bit. Dinosaur-y bit. Medieval bit. Rainforesty, Aztec-y looking bit. Spooky bit. Sweetsy bit, and of course, the spacey bit. So if you know any kids and you want to get them some books, well, here are some, and you can get them over on Amazon and at the Badger Learning website, and that's called Adventure Park. And to give you an idea, here's one of the books, and look at all of the work what Abby has put into illustrating these. There are a few late nights in the production of this series, let me tell you. I'm sure Cavan did a lot of work as well, it's just I wasn't there watching him and making the tea, so I didn't see that, but I'm sure he did. And then also by Badger Learning, but not actually from that same series, there's this here, The Boy Who Cried Aliens. Again, illustrated all the way through by Abby, this time part of something else called Once Upon Another Time, which is a sort of fairy tale remix type series. Various different people who aren't Abby have done different books in the series. This one's written by Danny Pearson. I don't personally know if they all are. Yes, I do, they're not. Oh gosh, actually there's a lot of good people involved in this series. This one's done by Mark Penman, he's great. This one's done by James Lawrence, he's great. This one's done by Mark Ellaby, he's great. You should go and look at these, especially if you've got some kids. They don't have to be your kids, they can be your nephews and nieces and whatever. Friends' kids, anything. Get them some books, they'll love it. Get them some books. So that's how you can come and meet me and see my show, and that's how you can see Abby's work. And, oh yes, I was going to tell you about the old gamesy things that we're doing. It turns out that some of you don't know that I've got a couple more channels, so I'm just going to keep telling you now and then. I've got a games playing channel called Bulmer Buttons, where I'm playing Planescape Torment and Undertale and various things like that, and soon, as you know, I'll be playing Final Fantasy VI. Bulmer Buttons is where all those videos end up, but if you want to see them live, then you want to subscribe to twitch.tv/DemonTomatoDave, and there you will see me play the live things, and you can join in and be in the chat and tell me I'm playing them wrong and things like that. And if you want to see me reading a big long fantasy book and talking about it, well then you want Bulmer's Bookshelf, the channel. I've got some Bulmer's Bookshelf videos on this channel, including the Star Wars ones. I'll be doing more of those soon, but there's also a channel that you ought to subscribe to, or just go and look at for a while, poke about in. No, subscribe, because then I get more numbers, and then I can tell that you were there. And while you're subscribing, you should, comment. And finally, before you go, there's something that a lot of you have been correctly pointing out that I've neglected to put on my channel, and that is information about this year's Marzipan. Well, let's cut to Christmas, shall we? Bye! Christmas, Christmas party time, Christmas party time. Hey, Christmas! Wasn't that nice? We all enjoyed the Christmas. A good way to make Christmas last longer is to continue making Christmassy videos and stuff until everybody's absolutely sick of it. Well, you've all been asking for it in your droves. Not all of you have been asking for it, but those of you in droves have been. You wanted to know, has Mum made me a marzipan thing this year? And she has. But what is it? What will it be? What will it be? Will it be a reference to something you understand? Only if you've been paying attention, YouTube. I tell you about a thing, and do you listen? Do you listen? Well, you'll find out now, because this is the thing! Only people who've really been paying attention will get this. Look at it. Look at it. Ooh. Ooh, look at it. Ooh, look at it. Oh. Oh dear, there's sugar dust everywhere. Christmas. Christmas. Sugar. Christmas sugar. For those of you who don't know what this is, I'm not going through it all again, but this is a Return to the Forbidden Planet wedding-based thing. In my cardboard box wipeout video, you might have noticed that the box I was drumming on said box, danger, do not reverse polarity. And look, see? See? And that was because in the 90s, when I first started to go to Return to the Forbidden Planet, they used to have a box hanging up over the audience called a Klystron generator. And look, danger, do not reverse polarity. And that's why I put one on the box, because I thought it might reverse hilarity. No, and during the course of the show, the ship gets attacked by this big green tentacly monster here. And here are its tentacles! But when she gave me this, I sort of stood looking at it for a while and going, huh? Because I didn't recognise one aspect of it. And that was this aspect. Look, one of the tentacles seems to have some sort of golden ring on. And I was thinking, what's that got to do with Return to the Forbidden Planet? What's that got to do with the wedding that we had at Return? Oh, yeah! It didn't help that, and this is true, when we went home for Christmas, I forgot to take my wedding ring with me. Hey, I like being married and I like having a little ring. I just don't like having the ring on my finger because it's metal on me and it's like, that's like containing a part of my body now. I'd be one of those people who likes to wear it on a chain around their neck, except I haven't got a chain and that would annoy me as well. So thank you, Mum, for this wedding-based piece of marzipan this time. Not just Christmas-based or silliness-based, no, wedding-based, because we had quite a bout of silliness this year by getting married, and now I'm going to eat some. I'm gonna eat it. Here we go. I like marzipan. To eat a tentacle. Oh. 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 There we go. There we go, a nice big tentacle of marzipan. Thanks, Mom. She also got me this special snowman to go with my little snowmen. These little snowmen, by the way, they're not Christmas decoration snowmen. No, they are the playing pieces from the Snowman board game. Yes! And this snowman, I managed to break before I even saw it. I snapped the snowman off the base, but it's alright. I super glued him back on again. Whee! That's grown up, isn't it? I fixed my statuette of the snowman. That book is slightly wonky and it's been bothering me. De-wonk. De-wonk. There we go. Alright then, that's quite enough of that then. Bye!
Tomato Dave, Team Tomato Dave, www.youtube.com/Team Tomato Dave.
There we go, a nice big tentacle of marzipan. I missed.